And I did forget something. I forgot to ring up the chat. It's always
Welcome
something.
to session 25.
Yeah, the
To
screen.
the actual session 25. Oh, jeebus.
It's a shame we had to do it this day because a certain game came out today that people are probably playing, but nonetheless, the show will go on.
Yes, indeed.
Whoa, what happened to the text there for Roth?
Whoa,
Real loopy.
It's like, woo!
And you call yourself a professional.
I am a professional.
Okay, I believe you.
All right.
Again.
It's like Rafa's text is much more like just Rafa.
Every time.
Rafa!
Anyway, let's do the recap on the last episode after saving the Ironforge mine with mine with a dead Pikachu corpse in tow. Our heroes went back to the campsite of Ironforge after being sabotaged by a mysterious cloaked figure who Henry gave chase after. But to no avail, he escaped. After they got to the camp, they found out Team Charm was taking most of the credit for saving everyone in the mine. After a few confessions and conversations between family and friends, finding out the background on the two Meowstic they encountered in the Gracidia jungle, Erebus and Nyx, they decided to join Team Charm in their vacation to a exotic country on the grass continent called Naginata, which coincidentally is somewhere where the last orb on their checklist might be. And right now, there is not enough room in Lucius's house to accommodate this big group of Pokemon with you right now. So you just kind of you use your tent that you had when you didn't really you slept there the first night to get ready for the mine you were about to go in. But that's where you stand right now. You kind of you're all together, all six of you, Sora and Mimikyu also, in your tent. And what do you want to do from here?
I'm like, well, we did our shopping.
Oh, yeah, so you did your shopping, too. Or technically, you haven't done it yet. I'll tell you when you did it.
Well, I guess that's what we're doing then. I don't know what else we'd be doing.
Sorry, what's the time of day again?
What was
Sorry,
that?
what's the time of day again?
It's evening right now.
Alright, just to put that into context, people. Now, what do we do?
To a show 9, 10 times better than the original. The show 90.
I swear to God.
Let's see. So it's evening. Is there anything really to do in Ironforge?
It seems that most of the town is kind of just settling back in, bringing stuff back to Ironforge. You see kind of moving large tarped bundles of equipment and stuff.
Okay. Can we move our tent into the town?
Yeah, I assumed you're kind of like in your yard right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We're backyard camping, everybody.
Like your parents, of course, will let you go in, but you really don't have enough room in your house for all these people.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like
So, So we're in Lucius's parents' backyard then.
Yeah.
We're the backyardigans.
Oh my god, Ren, stop.
Okay.
You hear a voice from a familiar voice from outside your tent. Hey there, can I come in? And it sounds like Lopunny from Team Charm.
Sure.
Oh, this is a nice little abode you've got here, she says in a very patronizing voice.
You can call it cramped.
Yeah. Oh, but never mind that. Me and the girls were talking, and we feel kind of bad about taking the credit for Ironforge Mine being saved. I mean, our deal was to get everyone out safely, in which we did, and we were given this, and she kind of shows her pink little diamond necklace. So I was wondering if you wanted us to speak up for you.
Sure.
Forget it.
If
We
you
didn't exactly be seen by anyone anyway.
if you want to, you can. Like, if you feel bad enough that you wanna speak up for us, you can.
Well, let's be honest, that grumpy pants was very reluctant to give this to us, and so we didn't want to jeopardize that by telling them we didn't save the mine, but we saved the people. You know what I mean?
That's perfectly understandable.
Yeah, if you're talking about Everest, he can be a bit of a Pokemon. This is my hometown, and these Pokemon are sort of my people, so on one hand, it'd be nice for them to know my deeds, but on the
Just do
on the other hand, I have a history in this town, so they might not even believe you if you try.
Okay. Very well. See you tomorrow. And she just kind of nonchalantly walks away.
Okay.
Pretty good service, Lucius.
What'd you say?
We did a good service, Lucius.
Yeah. The Pokemon here are safe. That's
all the credit we really need. Isn't that right, you two?
It's all we need, but it's always nice to make it Lucius's record, not Jet Black.
Sora says, I'm still not digging the idea of traveling with them.
Unfortunately, they're the best at... Hold on, let me try that again. Unfortunately, they're the best option we have, Sora.
yeah. If we've got that Pokemon traveling after Henry, a little escort isn't a bad idea, and frankly, we're heading in the same direction, so there's no reason not to travel with them.
It's just, do they have to be so unbearable? Do they have to take that stupid pose all the time? Do you have to make little hearts with their hand?
I know. It's a bit ridiculous. We can
If
laugh
they
about
did,
it, right?
I don't know if anyone would remember them quite as well as they do.
That's true.
Just got-
Exploration teams can be really, really eccentric.
Just
I
gotta
know. I
just-
know because we tried.
You just gotta endure it, Sora. Remember, flower that survives in the winter.
Yeah. Well, we should probably head to bed then. As he kind of tries to find a bed amongst all this kind of clutter.
Yeah, and I just put my hand on my forehead. I'm like rubbing it back and forth, like I'm frustrated a bit. Yeah.
Kinda wish I could leave on a better note with a couple Pokemon in particular, but I shouldn't try and force it. So yeah, I think we should go to bed.
Well, if they're telling the town, then you're leaving on a good note, right?
It's complicated, Sora. We'll just say that.
Maybe you'll leave on neutral terms.
Anyway,
Rafa's gonna read the book before going to bed, even
The-
though
Of
she
course
knows
she would.
everything in the book.
has anything changed? Something actually did change. You actually may have thought it was like a stain or something, but under like the Naginata part of the map, there's like 3 spears on it.
Oh.
Just kind of like a symbol of 3 spears.
Right.
So this is
I'm
it.
going-
Spearblade Island.
Well, I suppose we'll find out when we get there. Maybe we'll never solve it.
While we're on the way there, I'm gonna have a nice long talk about thinking ahead before you decide to take action. And I look squarely at Henriette when I say that.
You know, Cat, sometimes you don't know all the factors.
Oh, I know plenty of factors, all right. But I'm gonna save that for when we go into the trip. Then I can tell you to think ahead.
Do not treat it as if you are the ultimate high and mighty superior being.
I am not. No, I don't claim to be the high and mightiest person in the world, but do you think I get angry and tell people off just to get a kick out of people? I don't. It's only when I get frustrated at people not understanding the writing on the freaking wall.
What was this for exactly? I thought it was because of the bridge, but not understanding the writing on a wall?
You know what I meant.
Can we not have
Decide
this?
not- What?
Lucius just got. I can.
Lucius, this is freaking important right now. I need to speak my freaking mind.
I am very confused right now.
Well, the bridge is one part of it, but also when you try to talk to Team Charm and try to convince them that you were the ones who saved them, you did it without having any sufficient evidence or any witnesses to your side. Now, dare I say it, that was pretty dumb. So I'm just asking you, if you're not going to do it for me, then at least do it for the others to at least think through your actions and think about the consequences. Please? I'm trying to do this while I still am calm and collected as I can.
You see Sora throw a pillow over his head.
That's what I thought Lucius was doing.
Henry, please. I just had to throw my 2 cents out there. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. I'm gonna head to bed, guys.
Okay.
Cat.
All right. So, unless there's any objections, you all settle down for the night. You could bring all your stats up to full. You have everything back.
Okay.
Right.
Health. And you wake up bright and early. Are you gonna do some more stuff in Ironforge, or are you gonna go to the gate as promised by Team Charm?
Do we officially do the shopping by now?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't they tell us to basically get there bright and early?
Yeah.
Well, it's bright and early, so I don't think we have time to really do much.
All right. So, as you walk to the gate, you could kind of see the whole town sending them off. Lucius, you still seem to get the kind of same cold shoulder you'd come to expect from Ironforge, and you hear the kind of the merriment and waving goodbyes to Team Charm, and they see you start to arrive, and Lopunny says, "Are you ready to go?"
Ready as we'll ever be. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we're ready.
You then kind of see Everest walk out of the crowd, and he says to Team Charm, he says, As much as I don't like giving you one of our precious gems that Ironforge is founded on, I do have to thank you, Team Charm. Our way of life could not have gone on without your help. And Lopunny says, oh, well, it was no problem when Team Charm is on the job and they do their signature pose.
I do just cross my arm at that. I really don't have a reaction to it. What was I expecting?
We got everyone out of the mine, as agreed. But these 6 saved the mine. Okay, let's go, guys. And they kind of like grab you by the hand and start walking you away. And Everest is kind of like standing there kind of wide-eyed. And then when you're gone like a couple dozen feet, you hear him screaming your name, Lucius. It's a variety of you never come back here. You come back here. You're never allowed back here. Get back here. So, just kind of stuff like that.
He's saying to leave and to stay all at the same time.
Okay. There you go.
Typical Everest.
How on earth is
Such
he
a
in
smooth
charge?
freaking talker.
He is in charge because he's in charge. I'm not. He's one of the best digger. He's one of the best guys we have, so that's why he's in charge. But
I just chuckle and I'm like, really smooth talking, huh?
So you still hear him kind of his screams of livid anger in the background. But she says, well, do you feel better now?
I suppose.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
thank you.
well,
Thank you.
It's like someone we know says, smiles go for miles.
I just
know
flinched
that
when I hear
one.
that.
And so you are on the road to Naginata.
Okay.
So this trip is it's a very comfortable one. The grass continent is known for its kind of rolling grassy countrysides and forests, so nothing really accosts you. Henry, you don't get that feeling of someone watching you. So either they gave up or Team Charm is intimidating them enough to not act. But
I don't care either way. I'm just more relaxed now.
But through your kind of journey through small towns with Team Charm, it does get kind of annoying because they routinely do like autograph signings, so they're like have this like big crowd of people waving their little parchments of paper while you just kind of like miserably stand to the side awkwardly. Occasionally someone recognizes Henry, but they don't want to get out of line for an autograph from Team Charm. So it's kind of like, oh, I know you. You're Henry, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But Team Charm.
You know, during one of these autograph signings, I would
Yes,
just
I'm not. Yes, I'm not as big. I'm not as big of a celebrity as Team Charm.
You know, during one of these autograph signings, I'm sure that Rodney has one of his arms to his side, and he's just looking at this, and I was like, "This is what I wanted to happen to me."
And Sora's looking there, looking like he just does not want to be here.
He's just crouching down, pretending to be Bush.
Yeah.
Mimikyu seems to be wanting to help Team Charm, so he's kind of like handing out the like little ink things where they like put their paw prints and put it on their picture.
Rafa keeping them from destroying each other in the crowds.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she's not crowd control. We know that much.
They give away like those like little there's like sketches of them doing their pose with kind of like a big heart around them, and they kind of autograph it. You get free ones just because you're kind of with them. So you can all add those to your inventory if you're actually gonna keep it.
You know what? I'm going to keep it.
How many did they
Keep
give
what?
us?
What is it?
Like a autograph
Down
team
close.
card charm, like
An autograph team card. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
all right.
All right, I got it.
Autograph team charm picture. It's more like a sketch, so you know, like a Smeargle sketched it. A picture of them.
Might as well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
One on the house. Maybe you can sell it on whatever their equivalent of eBay is.
You know, the funny thing, that was the exact thing I was thinking about doing it for, is to finding some crazy fan to sell it to.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have an exclusive sketch of the sketch that has been autographed by Team Charm.
Well, I have one too.
That's so miserably.
Don't ruin this, cat!
But in any case,
Also on the road, Gardevoir takes interest in you again, Rodney. Particularly, she asks, "What's that thing around your neck?"
Oh, you mean this? I grab onto the picto with my hands.
Yeah, what is that?
Haha, it's a very special thing. Hold on 1 second. So I'm going to point the picto at the Gardevoir, try to take a good picture.
All right,
Pose,
so just
please.
make an attack roll.
Oh God, am I gonna flash her?
No, it's just to get it.
I'm going to
Phrasing.
flash
No, it's just to get a good picture. Like if you miss,
Okay,
it's gonna
okay. So it's just a standard 20.
be. No, it'll be your dex plus your proficiency, which should be five or six. It's the same as your normal attack.
So 20 plus 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally know what I was doing when I said that.
Roll the 20-sided die.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah,
You sneeze.
she seems startled by the flash, but by the flash, and the little picture pops up, but it's all it's kind of like all blurry. You kind of got more of a tree in the background than her.
That's what happens when you just move for no reason. You caught me off guard.
Oh.
Anyway, what's supposed to happen is that you are supposed to be on this sketching thing.
Wait, aren't Smeargles the one who make those?
This one does it automatically. In seconds. It's called the pictograph.
OMA. Girls, come over here. Come over here.
OMA.
Oh, no. Oh my freaking! You have gotta. Oh.
They seem
I
sick.
don't get it.
Oh my Arceus is what OMA.
Uh,
Yes. Oh my Arceus.
here, take another one. They start doing their pose again. You hear Sora sigh.
All right.
Rafa's gonna try and photobomb.
Steady and smile for the camera.
All right, another attack roll.
It's-
Okay, you get like the best picture ever of them, and they seem like
Wait, Rafa said she'd try and photobomb, so that'd probably be like acrobatics. Or
yeah,
something.
make an acrobatics, Rafa. See if you actually got in there or like
Acrobatics.
tripped
let's
on a
see that.
rock or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
you tripped on a rock. Or maybe you're in the picture, you're just like face down in the dirt.
This sounds like me in real life.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But they don't seem to really care. They just think it's amazing how it's in color too. It's like, can we keep this? Please?
The picture or the pictograph?
The this thing, the little card.
Of course you can.
Oh,
Here, I'll give it to you.
They seem to be like, oh, just like ignoring you now, like kind of pointing at it, like, look, there's the diamond.
I hope you like it.
I have my diamond concealed right now, by the way.
Okay.
See, now this is how you charm people.
So a few more nights go by, and it seems a storm is coming in.
Add this to the quote list.
You hear the kind of rumblings of a storm starting, and
Huh. I think we should probably find some sort of shelter or something.
Medicham says, "Oh yes, there's actually a town we visit quite frequently. Well, we haven't been there in a while. It's called Fania. They make the best prize there. We could probably get some shelter there. Oh, you'll have to sit through another audit."
That's also the same place you. That's also the same place you disrupted my concert. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry. You'll have to probably sit through another autograph session. Is that all right?
I'll live.
I'll even take pictures for you.
Oh, yes, do that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. In the meantime, just pretend like I'm just doing picture taking, okay?
All right.
I'll just be away from the keyboard. Be back 1 second. In the meantime, I'll be taking the pictures. Yeah.
Okay, so you are on the way to Fania. Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm so glad we're doing perception without Mr. Strider.
Yeah.
The guy who has that the best.
Who got above 12?
I got 14.
No, you got 17.
I got 17. Sonic Link got 2.
Someone got 14?
No,
you got 14 plus.
I got
Okay.
17, but it was 14 with a modifier. That's why.
So in the distance, Henry, you see a giant white structure kind of jutting out of the ground, and looks like it's going into like the clouds even. Seems very unnatural.
Well, I suppose Sky Tower could move, in theory.
And we are apparently doing nothing with that information.
I mean, what can we do?
No, okay.
Hmm. So only Henry has seen this. and-
Yeah,
All right, I'm back. What am I doing?
give a perception check.
Wouldn't I be too busy taking the pictures?
We're not there yet.
You're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. Okay.
We all did crap, so
Yeah.
except for Henry.
Okay, you also see it. There is a kind of giant white structure kind of jutting out of the ground and kind of like going into the clouds and this storm rolling in. In fact, it's starting to kind of drizzle right now, too.
What?
It just popped from the ground?
No, you can just see it in the distance.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, so
Eh,
it's Sky.
Everyone seems kind of talking amongst each other or not paying attention to in front of them to see it. But you and Henry see it.
Yeah.
Okay, you continue forward.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
What am I
guess.
supposed to say?
I'm like, it's in the sky. What can we do about it?
It's
I
something
mean,
in the
that's
sky.
true. There isn't much we could do about it, but
I'm
still.
gonna grow
Oh,
wings
something
and
in the
fly
sky.
up
That's-
there.
So the storm is getting worse. It's kind of coming down heavier and heavier until you reach a sign that says "Welcome to Fania." And if you want me to spell that out for you,
Yeah, sure.
if you,
Yes.
you probably need that.
Is it like fauna but with an I?
It's like this. Boop.
Fwania.
Fania is
Like
gonna be
Zinnia and Fauna.
Fania.
Fwania.
So there's this it's this little wooden sign with like kind of like chained down. Well, it has like a little sign chained to it that says like "Welcome to Fania." It's kind of rocking back and forth in the rainstorm. Looks like a very quaint little village town on the countryside. And by this time, you can see that giant out of place tower is coming from the middle of Fania. It seems like there's a bunch of like gardening equipment and just things left on the ground, various items.
Oh boy, this bodes well.
What you also see, actually, Rafa, when you see this tower, something unnerves you about it. You and only you.
I'm gonna look at the orb and make sure that it's not doing anything weird.
You go into your pack for your orb, but it seems very dull at the moment. And Team Charm, specifically Lopani, says, "Oh, that wasn't there before."
Oh, good.
We better go to the inn.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Let's go ask someone about this giant white thing in the middle of town.
Yeah, everyone's probably inside because of the rain.
Let's go.
So they walk you down the streets, and you eventually reach an inn. But when you get inside, there's no one at the counter.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it?
Is there anyone in the back?
They start tapping the little bell, like ding, 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 ding. But no one comes.
And you performed here before?
Yes.
Were there people here before?
There were people here before.
But
I
there doesn't seem
remember.
to be
I remember
anymore.
Fwania was quite a nice place.
Yes, we've been here several times too. We travel all over the grass country. It's sort of our base of operation.
Doesn't particularly bode
Rafa's
well.
gonna check the back. Does this inn sell food? Like have one of those breakfast things?
It doesn't seem like it's that. It's kind of like a little. It's kind of like a little bumblefuck town. So it doesn't really have like catering here or lodging. It's just you sleep here and that's it.
Just a small town with small town amenities.
Well, let's look at the market. If there's no food, we know that there's a big problem.
Oh boy.
You all of a sudden you hear just thunder outside, and you see Sora kind of cringe to it.
Well, at this point in time, it's raining, and I don't think we're going to accomplish much while it's still raining. Especially.
Is this building fireproof?
Why would you even ask that question, Rafa?
If it gets struck by lightning, I don't want y'all to burn up.
Right, that's totally why I was asking. Okay.
Team Charm, thoughts?
Well, we'd like to pay like honest explorers, and Medicham says, because any explorer worth her pepper always pays. That's when they kind of turn to her and just kind of give her a side glance.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to just sleep at the inn for free either, but
Well, where else are we supposed to sleep?
it's not a case where we're supposed to sleep. We can technically just go up. It's a case of who are we supposed to pay.
Well, if they're not here by the morning, well, maybe we could just leave it out on the table.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
All right, Dirge, you saw them walk into the inn. You saw a low punny, or not low. Oh yeah, you saw a low punny, definitely. A Gardevoir and a Medicham, and you know them right away as Team Charm because their reputation kind of precedes them being Master Rank. But you saw a few faces you didn't recognize go in there. One of which was a Bunary. You couldn't really tell the gender. There was an Elekid you did recognize. He was, you know him as Henry. He's not particularly famous, but he has quite a reputation for his just kind of stage performances on the grass continent.
Oh yes, not particularly famous.
No.
I'm famous around the entire grass continent. Oh, God.
Let it go.
You saw a Meowth with this box around his neck. You may have think you've seen him before too, but you can't recall where.
Oh, maybe. Oh dear.
There was also a Litten with wearing an explorer hat. She looked kind of studious. There was a strange creature with a kind of a rag over him with a crude depiction of a Pikachu. And there was also a shaman. You saw them all walk into the inn you were kind of taking refuge in this last day and a half.
I do I?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Can I like silently go to the front door and then knock on it with my bubble pipe?
Yep, you certainly can.
Oh, a bubble pipe. I see where this is going.
Okay, so you kind of go through the rain, kind of getting your attire sort of wet in the process. Although it probably already was.
For me.
Yeah. But then you guys, after that thunder, you hear a knock at the door. I don't know how does he knock?
So is the door open?
I assume they maybe closed it to keep out the rain. Team Charm did, or
Yeah, that sounds probable.
The elegant thing to do.
Well, let me knock on my desk here.
You hear that knock at the door. And everyone just kind of turns to the door.
Come in.
I'm waiting for them to open the door.
Oh, fine, we'll open the door then.
Who particular is opening the door?
I will be opening the door.
All right. So that Elekid you found familiar opens the door. And what does he see?
He sees a Totodile with a red fez hat on. I believe he has a cloak on as well. And a bow tie. And he is holding a calabash, which is one of those detective-like pipes. And he's currently blowing on, and bubbles are coming out.
This is very weird in the rain, too.
Okay, so
And when the door opens, he takes the pipe out and goes, "Ah, well, if it isn't the famed Henry, a stage performer of some repute, and if I do say so myself, it is the illustrious and ever awe-inspiring Team Charm.
That's
Just the kind of Pokemon.
Just
the kind-
yes.
Just
it is
the kind of
clear that
Pokemon
I
I'm
am
looking
much
for.
more. That I am much more of a
Can
simple
you stop interrupting each other?
Okay, fine.
We're very excitable, I see, but you're exactly the kind of Pokemon I've been looking for, even if I didn't know you were coming."
Oh. What did you need our help for?
Yes, getting the help of the illustrious Team Charm would be. I assume it was Lopunny or someone from Team Charm who said that?
yeah, it was
Lopunny.
Lopunny.
Okay. In order to get the help from Team Charm themselves, and then I squint my eyes and sort of very rudely get in the personal space and go, but are you the real deal? A couple of superstars like Team Charm makes for perfect targets for Imposter Ditto trying to make a quick bit of gold on their image, you see. And then I start poking them with the mouth end of my calabash.
Oh. Well,
I expect that there'll be some retribution.
I'm trying not to laugh at this.
Well, I will assure you that I am the real Henry.
Consistency of the flesh is authentic. Evidence is quickly forming up to prove authentic for your identities.
I
yes,
mean,
indeed.
they
Also-
these three also just recently helped rescue town I'm from, so
Which town?
Ironforge.
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 Oh, I guess,
Okay.
yeah.
Would my character have heard about that news?
It happened very recently, so it probably isn't on the grapevine yet.
Fascinating. Do you have any evidence to back up these claims?
Well, we could prove we're the real deal. Here's a autographed picture. They hand you one of those autographed little sketches of them.
Is it an actual picture from the pictograph, or is it like just a?
Oh,
sketch?
it's one of their generic ones, but it has all their autographs on it.
All right. So, what can I roll on this to see if it's like the real deal?
I'd say probably investigation or insight.
Yeah.
Okay. I will roll on investigation then. So that's gonna be. Okay, 1d20.
Yeah, it's just exclamation mark D20 plus whatever.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, you want to roll on whichever one you have higher modifiers in whatever sheet Crow gave you.
All right. So I have yeah, that's gonna be. Excuse my ignorance. So I'll be like, will that be a +4 for my investigation on the sheet, or will that be? Because I see there's a 12 also here in this number. I'm sorry for being a little bit.
Okay, the 12 is likely your int score, and the +4 is likely your modifier for that specific thing.
Okay.
So yes, you would roll a d20 +4.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That 19.
Why is it the guests always have such good RNG?
Okay, so
Yes,
you give this you pull out your little magnifying glass, giving this a once over, and this doesn't. Not only does this seem like the the pictures that Team Charm typically hands out during their autograph signings, but their handwriting in particular matches your records.
Ah, very well. Yes, indeed. You see, the evidence is piling up, truly. Just for extra bit of confirmation, could one of you sign it again, just for consistency's sake?
Oh, sure, double autograph. And they seem to be all on board. They all sign it again.
This is too much.
So, all right, and then I'll use the magnifying glass to compare their signatures to the ones that are already on it, and I'm sure it matches up.
Yeah, they match up.
Well, that settles it then. Even Imposter Ditto can't manufacture signatures like these. It seems that without a doubt you are indeed the real deal. Wowza! And I even got a picture with some of the signatures on it.
Twice.
Great. Now what's your name?
Good question. That is an excellent question indeed. The name's Dirge, Private Detective Dirge, you see? Soon to be best in the business, you see. Don't let anybody else tell otherwise.
Are you here about that big white thing outside?
The first thing I saw, curious sight in that. I've never been to this town. In fact, that's precisely why I was glad to see Team Charm was here. Given their extensive adventures, I was hoping, perhaps, that you might have actually been to this town before and could confirm whether or not that had been here before.
Oh, no. We thought that was strange. That big tower, it just seems kind of out of place, if you ask us. Says Low Bunny.
Indeed. And then he puts the pipe in his mouth and starts blowing bubbles again. Then he looks at the rest of the group. His eyes slide back to Henry and then back to the others, and then says, "Well, quite a menagerie we have here. One fairly famous stage performer, a couple of superstars, and who are the tagalongs? Extra muscle."
Well, these are Lucy and the cats. I just joking with you. This is
My name's Rodney. Pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is all yours, I'm sure.
So, you're the only. So, have you seen anyone else in this town up to this point? Or are you been the first persons we've seen in a long time?
Yes, well, that's precisely why I'm here. It's a real mystery, like the world wonders, or how my girlfriend left me for that vagabond of a marsh tomp.
well, maybe because he was
TMI?
a second stage, I'm not sure.
In
Apologies.
other words, this is a ghost town.
A ghost town indeed. I'm here in search of the truth, you see, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And in a town like this, there's a lot of truth to hide. Then he shakes his pipe in the air, then puts it back in his mouth, blows some bubbles, and then leans in close to Henry and says, "Not least, but because everyone's gone missing, you see."
Yes.
Well, and then I look to Lucius and then back to Team Charm. Looks like we don't have to pay the tip for the hotel then. Lucky you.
Well, what are you talking about? That's just wrong. We have to get to the bottom of this.
The bottom, indeed. I have a small number of clues, but I'm unsure what they point to. Not enough. Even my hypotheses are lacking.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and suggest that the floating white thing might be responsible.
Is it floating or is it?
It's grounded.
It's grounded. Okay.
Oh, it's grounded.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
in the middle of the town, pretty much.
One could assume that based on the fact that it is here recently. But that is dependent on the question. Then he turns around to Team Charm. When exactly was the last time you were here?
Oh, well, about a month and a half ago, give or take. They make the best pies here.
Mm. Not sure if I can confirm that. All the food here has basically been rotting for a week.
Oh, they've been gone for a week?
That's what the evidence points to. I've only been here for about a day.
Are there
Then
any mines near here? Says Medicham.
Are there?
No, it's pretty much just an open field.
Heck, honestly, I think Lucius could even answer that question.
Sad to say, everything outside the town is what you see and what you get.
Well, there goes that theory.
But there are some curiosities. If you would like to follow me, perhaps our combined might and our combined brains can solve this case together, and then I'll take credit, of course, since I was paid.
Oh. Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Who
I guess
paid you?
They agree to hear you out.
I'm sorry?
They Team Charm kind of nods and agrees to hear out your clues.
Okay. And then I'm gonna lead them actually to outside the inn.
All right.
And he's gonna say, love the rain, truly I do, you see, but in this way, but it's absolutely terrible for keeping consistency of clues.
They
Everything.
they pull out these umbrellas they have. These are like kind of small umbrellas, and they kind of turn to you, the main group, and say, "Sorry, we don't have enough for everyone."
I'm just fine in the rain, you see.
Please stop reminding me of rain.
Rice and pepperoni.
But anyway, yes, they have followed you.
Okay. So where I'm specifically leading to them, and this is, you pointed out there was a bag of like burgled belongings.
Yeah.
From the inn.
Yeah, there is outside the inn. There is a bag full of kind of what looks like valuables. You can kind of see like a painting poking out. Looks like jewelry in this bag. It's kind of like it isn't tied up. It's kind of open for its contents to be seen. But that's kind of what you see right now.
My first hypothesis, my first hypothesis upon coming into town was that perhaps bandits had something to do with these disappearances. Get enough of them together and threaten the whole town to follow you, and you got yourself the biggest hostage case in the century. But this is somewhat disproving that. What bandits dropped their loot in the middle of a raid? And then is there also like leftover gardening equipment like nearby at the same time that you pointed?
Yeah, it's just kind of just laying there like it was just dropped. It's not like kind of like propped up. There's kind of items all over the place, kind of like in that kind of state too.
I heard him say loot in the rain, right?
Yeah.
Thieves who are trying to escape?
A strong hypothesis, but consider this. And then he points to that leftover equipment that's like sitting nearby. What sort of thieves? Sorry. If thieves are making off with their goods, why would they do that in the middle of broad daylight? These two objects here indicate to me that perhaps thieves came here after the disappearances and may have disappeared themselves afterwards. Not 100% certain, but there is evidence pointing to that.
Any mystery dungeons nearby?
Good question. I have no idea.
You actually do know there is one.
Oh, I do?
Based on the the journal.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I actually do know of a dungeon. I visited town hall. For that hypothesis was who in town could possibly get everyone in town to leave it in a hurry? The answer: the town authority, of course. And then I present to them this journal that.
Take that.
Okay, take that. So
yeah.
I'll
Take that!
Gotcha.
Gotcha!
You're just gonna show them the whole journal in its entirety, or just those? Well,
I'm gonna wave it around in the air.
All right. So he's waving this kind of journal in the air.
I found this journal while I was exploring Town Hall. It points to some distressing things, but does the evidence contained within have any relation to that white ivory tower? I have no idea. There's absolutely no mention inside of it. Then I look at Team Charm again. But since we have some extremely well-versed and well-experienced beauties in our midst, I thought maybe their expertise could lend an extra eye to this case. And I
you tease.
and then I hand the journal over to them.
So yeah, they kind of open up this journal under their umbrella, and they're sharing with everyone else. So if anyone wants to read it out loud, these are the entries you see.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me have a crack at this.
Oh, yes. Ooh, Razza.
Sorry, what?
Don't worry about it.
Naveen came back from that mystery dungeon with quite the treasure. It looks like an elaborate headdress or a crown made of solid gold. Hey, too fast!
Boo, boo, boo.
Keeps growing.
Hey, be careful with that.
It looks rather ancient and valuable.
Or a crown made of solid gold. Looks rather ancient and valuable. Agreed to give 30 strands of profit to Farana. Help our village persevere through the winter. See the Expedition Society. Bandit struck to the village and meet up with the artifact. And 3 days since his friend has gone away. Jeez. This is getting a little depressing.
Depressing indeed. But if you look carefully, there's absolutely zero mention of an ivory tower. If it even is made of ivory, I haven't been able to get any piece of its substance. Could be made of marble or white sandstone. All I know is that it feels like ivory.
Completed by the spiritual water continent. And a change in behavior.
The sensationalists would lead themselves to believe that it was the crown that was affecting him. And maybe it was. Who can say? But without having personally known the bloke or what was going on in his life, maybe he was going through a bad breakup.
That's a
Did you investigate
hypothesis.
his house?
Haven't had the chance to. Don't even know where his house is. I'll have to look around the town more. Again, I just got here. I've only been able to explore this here inn and the town hall and inspect some of the White Tower.
I mean, town hall would have like a census, right?
What did you see from the White Tower when you looked at it?
So what I saw of the White Tower when I looked at it, I told them that
Well, you saw a kind of doorway, but it's sealed off. It's like it looks like a door, but it's just kind of like a stone slab in the way. But there was also an inscription above it.
Well, while I was inspecting that white ivory tower, I saw there was a door-like structure, though it seemed completely blocked and impassable, and some scripture on it.
Fascinating. Seriously, no one?
I was just about to say something.
Okay.
Do you
go
know what the
ahead.
inscription said?
I'm looking through.
No.
I'm looking through our chat now. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah, it was in a language you did not understand.
Sadly, no. And I wish I did, because if it's true that that white tower appeared suddenly, then there is the possibility that it is connected to all this mess. But maybe it's not. Not enough evidence to really say. That scripture, had I been able to read it, certainly would have given a clue.
Maybe we can find something in the library.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The
library might be a good first stop to search through.
That was exactly my next line of investigation. You two aren't stealing on my biz, now are you?
Oh, I might be.
Don't look at me. I'm not interested.
Me neither.
Well, for the time being, there's enough room for competition, but I've got my eye on a lot of you.
Oh, I've been hearing about enough of competition as it is, and I just throw my hands at the people behind me.
Well-
The people I've been with for the last 11 days.
Well, we've thought about it, and Team Charm won't mind helping you. It's just, if we're to go in that tower, we call dibs on any treasure.
Fine. Sure.
Not unless I call dibs on them first.
But
Team
only
Charm.
the razzling, dazzling treasure.
That's
Unless I
tampering with
call-
evidence.
Not unless I call dibs on them first, Team Charm. And I just give them a little wink. Nudge, nudge.
Rodney.
Not if we say your real name.
Oh, so you do now.
So what do I know about, I guess, the law system in this world?
What part of it?
Well, I was going to have Dirge say that's tampering with evidence. That's a criminal offense in some places, but I don't know if that's actually like a thing.
Well, honestly, considering we're in very primeval times and like we don't have gloves or forensics or anything like that, I don't think moving evidence is actually going to be a thing.
But he could think that. He could...
I'm trying to reform the law, you see. No.
Yes, listen, it's a good legal reform. We're getting into more modern times, you see.
I do have personal objections. That's tampering with evidence that could lead to the reason behind this disappearance.
Oh, but
Whatnot.
once everything is solved and the villagers are all back.
He's blowing out his pipe and goes, yes, I do suppose that could be agreeable.
Very well.
My only interest in this case is getting to the bottom of it and finding the truth.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care that much for treasure. All I'm interested in is making sure the Pokemon here are all right.
And then Sora kind of leans over. Is that why we've been poor?
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay. Oh, see, he's not wrong.
I can't refute that.
And again, Rafa, as you go, as you kind of see this tower in the corner of your eye, there's something about it that really kind of unsettles you, unnerves you.
I'm gonna touch it.
Well, you're not really near it right now. You're kind of outside the inn right now.
This might be meta chat, but could Rafa make a check for what the feeling is?
No.
Okay.
Anxiety.
You're definitely feeling that, but you're going to the library, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I presume so.
Yeah, you...
Anxiety.
Uh,
Rise.
Anxiety levels are above acceptable thresholds.
Sunrise.
So you go through the streets of this rainy town, and you eventually arrive at the doors of what look like a library, well, noted by the giant sign above it that says library.
Not library.
Not library. You're just gonna enter in?
Yeah.
You never.
Door's closed right now.
Oh, the door's closed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You probably do it in the same kind
Yep.
of, yeah. Nobody seems to be answering.
Haven't explored this place top to bottom yet, so it's entirely possible there are still some mons here. Have to be sure. And then
Rafa's opening the door.
So when you open the door, you see something that shocks you. You see a bunch of books all over the ground, torn to shreds.
Why would someone do this to books? There's so many things that we could have learned. Especially if everything they claimed in that note was true. Is there any tape?
Team Charm, you would happen to know if they had to have any what's the official term for book burning?
Oh, what? Yeah, I forget what it's called. Hey, Google!
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Google.
Have to get our terminology right to bring everything to a halt.
I have to present myself as intellectual, you see.
Yeah.
I can't. It can't be revealed that I'm a dumbass.
This is actually like a 7 or something.
I don't see a fancy name for it. All I see is just
yeah, it's just
book burning.
It's just book burning.
Okay.
Hey,
I thought there was a word for it.
can
Team
I-
Charm, Team Charm, you wouldn't happen to know if this town engaged in any book burning activities, did you?
Not that we know of.
Follow that hypothesis down in possibility L.
I mean, it had to be Nalveen. He was in the library and then he went crazy in there.
The evidence certainly points in that direction.
Can I just walk up and pick up one of the pieces of book?
Yeah, you pick up just kind of a scrap piece of paper. Seems like it was a children's book.
Jeez, absolutely shredded to pieces.
It isn't done in like a very like primal. It just looks like someone just tore them up. Nothing really other than that about them that strikes you as.
Would I be able to tell if this looks like damage from Pokemon going berserk, or would be a roll required for that?
Give me a straight up intelligence roll. So just like D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Right. I gotta go into the chat.
Actually,
I believe you're
make it insight actually, because you're looking for kind of the intent. So I'd say insight kind of. I know that's kind of like reading someone, but you're kind of reading someone's work, I guess. So yeah, do insight.
No sense of pattern. No sense of
Okay.
rhyme or reason.
Insight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have all the time to just wreck through all the books.
You can't really tell. It's just you can't tell if someone went berserk maybe, or they just kind of tore up paper. It's just all sprawled out there all over the ground.
Thanks for the demonstrative.
I wanted to take the time to.
Can
look through
I
all these
investigate through the library to see if there's anything that catches my interest?
Sure, give an investigation.
Okay, this is probably gonna be terrible, but okay.
Oh, natural 20. Okay, so behind the kind of the counter where the librarian kind of sits, you see a walking stick just kind of dropped there.
That's odd. There's a walking stick over here. But if a Pokemon were to need a walking stick, they'd take it with them if they left on their own.
What's the level of dust look like in this library?
It's not very well kept, so looks like it's been like this for a while.
Okay. Well, tracks with other residents here in the town. Been like this for about a week, I'd say.
So did they just randomly disappear, or?
Well, if we had gotten here sooner, we could be able to answer that question. Or if the weather wasn't so rainy all the time, we might be able to tell from footprints outside, but they're all washed away in the mud.
Unfortunate. And that's a whole lot of books shredded on the ground. It takes some time for one Mon to just rip through all of these in a rage. Someone would have bound to have noticed.
They probably did.
Excellent deductions. Perhaps they were looking for something specific, and in their rage were ripping it apart.
That's what the document would suggest, something similar to that.
It suggests that they took the book from him and he probably did not appreciate it.
Or
Question.
Maybe something went through and cause an entire tornado wreck to come in through the place?
Question. What librarians would allow a reckless individual to tear apart their books?
No one.
Crow,
I'd imagine.
based on what I know of Tomas, what would he do in a situation like this?
Tomas?
The librarian from Ironforge.
Oh, right. What would he do? Like, explain it to me a bit. Like, what?
Like, Dirge asked what sort of librarian would just let the books be torn like this.
They'd probably call in a guard and stop it from happening.
Yeah, if it were okay,
Yeah.
back in character.
Yeah.
Well, if it were the librarian from Ironforge, Tomas would probably call in somebody to stop it, like maybe Everest or maybe one of the stronger Pokemon in Ironforge. So
I imagine any librarian will be pissed off that their books are being torn to shreds and call security.
Or either that, or they try to intervene themselves. Either way, they wouldn't just stand by and let them happen. And can I see from? There's a lot of books ripped apart here, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's one left that's intact.
Which
And
is
yet
why
whoever-
something quick and unexpected must have happened.
That is also a possibility. I was leaning towards the hypothesis that whatever disappeared this Pokemon had happened already, and somebody else had come through here looking for answers and was destroying answers, possibly. If any of these books contain an answer, well, we don't know that for sure.
They would
yes,
turn
I'm
out the
sure there are
answer
plenty
anyway.
of answers in the children's book.
You're going about it the wrong way, I say, as I tap his head with the with my calabash, the
Clunk clunk.
the pipe. Yeah, the pipe. It's like, if you wanted to hide something, say a tree, where would you hide such a tree?
Within a bunch of other trees.
Precisely. Perhaps whoever was coming here was trying to hide something, and they destroyed all the books and the paper to further increase the unlikeliness of whatever they were trying to hide being found.
So what you're saying is, the answer that we're looking for is hidden among all this shredded piece of paper.
Effectively impossible to find. A needle and a stack of needles.
Don't you
Not a
mean finding a needle in a haystack?
Clearly you've never had a dangerous Saturday night.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it.
I'm just joking around here. I don't even know what that means, but that's what Dirge said.
Ah!
Perhaps we should look at this tower.
Yeah, that might be our best.
Says
bet.
Lopunny.
Yeah, that might be our best bet.
I'd
For
like
now.
to. I'd like to see what other individuals here might be able to do at the tower. Perhaps I was lacking something that was required to open it.
All right, so you go back out into the rainy, thundery outdoors and make your way to this massive obelisk kind of just coming out of the ground and going up into the black clouds above. Hear the rain trickling off the side of it.
I'm gonna touch it.
You're gonna touch it. Well, first,
Don't touch the butt. Don't touch the butt.
I like how your first instinct is to immediately touch it.
It's not really a butt. It's more of a long, pointy, white thing. And I'll let
you mean not censored?
it's like that Austin Powers thing.
Don't touch the beep.
Again, Rafa, seeing this thing kind of unsettles you again, but you're at the quote unquote doorway, which is unpassable, as Dirge told you. There's kind of it's kind of like a door should be there, but it's not. It just has just stone slab there instead. The sides of this tower are very, very smooth, so you don't think you could scale it either. You don't see any windows, but above the above this doorway there is a inscription that none of you recognize except Rafa.
Do I know what language it is? Or
Yes.
is it just English to me?
No. It's definitely a different language. It's a very ancient language. You're familiar with it because you read a book by Mawile and Chikorita of the Expedition Society. You don't know why the Chikorita would be collaborating with this book, because she's one of the younger members, and unless she's a prodigy, it's kind of strange she'd be versed in language like this. But
Ancient footprints.
yeah, you'd have to make a history check to, kind of recall your studying of
memory.
this subject. But if you want to do that, give it a go. Give it a history.
Don't suppose anybody here is strong enough to chip off a piece.
If any of you want to do that, you're welcome to. But so
We're not tearing the tower apart.
you begin to try to decipher this language, but you don't get the first word. You don't get the last word. It says Tower of, and you need a little more time to decipher the last word.
Well, clearly it's the tower of fluffy bunnies, and cotton candy.
Well, you have two fluffy
Uh,
bunnies right
She's
here.
gonna run her hand over the last inscription to see if she remembers better doing that. I don't know. I gotta touch it.
When you touch it, you feel the sense of dread. It's a sense you got when, about a while ago, you remember Yveltal attacking the land and turning Pokemon to stone. And you remember going somewhere. Your memories are kind of vague of this place, but you remember it being dark and being hunted by these creatures, and you just get that feeling when you touch this tower.
She's just gonna shudder, take her paw off, and desperately try to get that last sentence.
Okay,
To try and figure this out.
You're sitting there trying to decipher it, and what is the rest of people? What are the rest of you guys doing?
Can I notice that Rafa shuddered?
You kind of see her being quiet. Wait, give an insight.
Can I?
Yeah,
I'll also do an insight. since,
Yeah, if you're looking.
My insight is great, so that's why I'm asking. You first.
Oh man!
Okay.
This is absurd.
Dirge, you know there's something wrong with this kitty when she touched the building, but Rodney, she
intriguing.
seems
I am-
okay.
I am none the wiser about it.
Intriguing indeed. I'll shuffle that observation down for later. Too inconclusive to really form conclusions off of.
And what are the rest of you doing?
It's very well constructed. I do have to give it that. Not a speck out of place. At least I don't think. Can I look?
It looks very pristine, very smooth. It doesn't look like there's any kind of like cracks or anything.
Yeah, relatively new compared to all the rest of the horror around us, I think. That's very strange.
Let's see.
Indeed.
Okay, I know what I'm going to. This is probably not going to work, but can I identify what it is made out of using my mining knowledge?
Dirge kind of told you, but
Oh.
you could give it a investigation, I guess, or investigation or history.
Okay, I think those are both the same. I'm pretty sure those are both +1 for me, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, whoops, sorry.
No.
I forgot the D.
Hey, don't worry, I made that mistake once.
11. I have no idea.
No. You have no idea what kind of you're to be fair, it's a material you're not familiar with, so there's that. Okay, Rafa, make another history check.
Oh, right. The history. That is +3. Oh, no.
No, you can't get it. You're
Just trying too
being
hard.
like too traumatized.
Oh no,
Okay.
they're
Okay.
disassociating.
Okay, I've got an idea. Rafa, try one more time, and I'm going to give you guidance.
Well, you could role play this a little bit. You could see her kind of. Hey,
Yeah, Rafa, you seem to be
Rafa,
struggling.
doing-
I'm gonna. There's not much I really know, but I'll see if I can help as best as possible.
Okay.
There.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, Rafa, you could do the check again with a D4 added to it.
This is glorious.
And you can add a D4. And
It's
that is
14.
just enough. Okay, so
Beavis.
it is the Tower of Knowledge, and something floods back to you of a story from your time at school. Since I think you're like one of the only people here who is properly educated.
Iron
forget-
Forge is dirt
Yeah.
poor. We do not have schools.
And
That
I mean-
digs deep.
Technically, Lucius spent most of his past 4 years in a library, but that just means his knowledge is very disjointed and it's no substitute for actual schooling.
Yeah.
okay, so I IM'd you the information of what you know about the Tower of Knowledge.
Tension's killing me.
And so, after
So-
your guiding hand, Lucius, Rafa seems to have. You see her eyes kind of widen as she kind of hits a realization of what this inscription means.
Play that Breath of the Wild theme right there. Do.
Did you get it, Rafa?
Yeah, probably just parsing through. She's parsing through her memory right now.
Yeah.
But
What are the what's Team Charm's reaction?
they seem to like want to climb it, but they don't really see a means to do that. Like they're kind of like circling around it looking for a window.
Don't suppose it's too tall to levitate to the top of? I direct the question to the Gardevoir.
Well, that's
Rafa just kind of turns around slowly. He's like, does anyone remember the Yveltal attacks?
I was going to say the 5th of November there for a second.
Do you remember?
Remember. 5th of November.
The 21st night of September.
All right, seriously.
So, yeah.
I heard of them, but
Terrifying
my-
incidents, those.
my town was more or less spared, probably because we're out of the way and not really worth it.
What's Dirge's knowledge reference for that?
Whatever you want. You don't know who saved you. It was rumors it was maybe the Expedition Society. You don't know exactly who, but whatever happened, whatever was going on with him, it happened. You can.
And I'm sure it hit Cape in town like a truck, so...
Terrifying innocence, that. I was this close to becoming a statue myself, you see.
Well, it appears that the one really behind it was known as dark matter. And it would also appear dark matter has an interesting relationship with humans. As in, he had something in this tower, or it, I should say, and only a human can open it.
Fascinating. What's your evidence for this?
I can read.
Remember what we said about thinking before making decisions, Rafa?
You didn't tell that to her.
I was
you can-
hoping you were paying attention.
Just like writing down, I need to give Rafa the chalk too.
Certainly you can read the scripture here, but I'm sure there are other Pokemon who might be able to read it. The Mawile of the Expedition Society, for starters. Are you going to tell me that Mawile is also know that this Mawile knows knowledge of this dark matter? In fact, then there's also the matter being able to read this existence of this dark matter about as related as the sky being blue and bread being tasty.
Bread is tasty, says some Medicham.
Well, if you want to go ahead and prove me wrong or right, we can have Sora touch the door.
That'll be it.
Rafa, Ixnay on the aura say.
Okay. What I suppose I would have caught that.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight to see if on Rafa to? It wasn't.
Yeah, go.
She's lying to me.
Go ahead.
Stage me.
Rafa, give a deception and.
Well, I don't think they're being deceptive, or
Lucius was the one who was being deceptive. So
yeah, so
if
you
anybody's rolling deception, it should be me.
Yeah.
See if you can understand Pig Latin.
And do insight, Dirge.
What's my deception?
I'll roll insight for this, but what I really want to roll insight is to see if.
Or I guess Tepic Latin, I guess.
Holy frick, and my deception is this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucius is not very deceptive.
So what you got from that little exchange there, Dirge, is they seem to imply that little kind of younger teenage shaman is a human.
I look back and forth between the two. Am I to take it between that exchange that you're claiming that this shaman here is a human?
I just put my hand on my forehead.
An auspicious claim indeed. But from the way you're speaking, you're trying to hide it, thus leading even more evidence to such a claim. I turn around to the shaman. Any truth to the?
No.
Any truth to these?
No, I'm a shaman, just normal shaman.
Gonna roll.
Yeah.
Just a normal shame.
Okay, no, I don't. Okay, I don't believe you.
Okay, yeah, he's full of shit.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
Why is it that the guest characters get really good RNG?
Okay, I don't believe you.
You're hiding something there. Evidence is quickly mounting to your being a human, but being a human is quite the radical claim indeed.
Oh, we know someone like that.
I whip around to Team Charm like, whoa, seriously?
I'm sorry, what?
Wowza!
I beg your pardon?
Oh yeah, she worked. She hung out with Wigglytuff.
I'm blowing on my bubble pipe now.
How
Two
many
humans.
are there?
Wait,
two humans appearing at the same time in history.
And you hear
I truly
wait,
don't
there's
think
another
so.
one.
Wait, there's another one.
Rafa's just gonna start counting on her fingers how many times she's heard or seen a human at this point.
Who
I'm
said
lost.
Wigglytuff's name?
The Gardevoir did.
That
Okay,
makes
I'm-
5 or 6.
Excuse me for being lost here. Who said, wait, there's another one?
Sora did.
Sora did. Okay. Sora
I
being
The shaman.
Right, okay.
I just said out loud, who said Wigglytuff?
Gardevoir.
I know.
Yeah.
I just give a disgusted look at the name.
Lot. I just confirmed the authenticity of Team Charm, and they're not known for making bold, audacious claims such as that. 2 humans in the same era. Well, I'm still not fully convinced that you're a human. I say to Sora.
Oh.
That's totally because he isn't.
That was Lucius, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lucius, who I already heard. Lucius, who I was already was BSing me.
Yeah.
You have already lied to me. Your claims are by default suspect.
Okay, look, what do we do here? Says Sora.
Wife. She just mumbles to herself.
Sorry, apologies for getting lost again, but who was the... So Rafa was the one who read the scripture.
Yes, the Litten is Rafa.
The Litten.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were the one who also... they were the one who also said who exposed on some details about that?
Yeah.
Okay. And during those details, there was a claim that only a human could open the door, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, there is one definitive truth, if what Rafa was saying was really true, and we have a dual way to test that. And then I point my pipe, the mouth end of my pipe at the shaman. You must press on that door.
Sora kind of looks to the main group and he shrugs his shoulder. Well, shrugs as a quadrupedal creature could.
I give a
Asking for
shrug.
some sort of guidance on what he should do.
I give a
Okay,
shrug
we'll
in
give
return.
him guidance. He now gets an extra D4. No.
I shrug in return.
I don't think you should, but I don't choose what you do.
Don't worry, if anything goes wrong, I will make a mad dash out of here for the safety of my life.
That's reassuring.
Okay, I'll do it. This doesn't mean I'm human though, okay?
Self-preservation is an important thing to be aware of, you see.
So he walks up to this door, he gives a sigh, and he touches it. Nothing happens for a second, but then it begins glowing, and it shoots up, revealing a, well, you can't really see inside, it's pitch black inside. He kind of, like, jumps back at the reveal of that. And there's a bolt of lightning, too, just for dramatic effect.
Boom, shock lacking subtlety.
Wowza! Would you look at that?
Okay, it opened.
Okay, I believe you're human now.
No, I'm not!
There's no arguing at this point. Just let him believe.
Don't worry, if you need to keep that information secret, I stress the importance of attorney-client privilege, although I'm not really an attorney.
Do you accept bribery too?
Well, that's a great question to ask legal people.
Someone who wants to know only the truth. Do you accept bribes?
I said it sarcastically, but
Depends on how much you wanted to bribe me for. My rates go pretty high, you see.
I'll keep that in mind while we figure out the mystery of this long tower.
Hold on a second, sorry.
Can I put my mining helmet light on fire and look to see what's inside?
Sure. You light up your helmet just by snapping your... Actually, no, it doesn't work. Because it's raining.
Oh! Oh, shice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the helmet probably doesn't have protection to keep it from rain because it's usually used in,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. You saw this Baneri, whose gender you haven't been able to identify yet, snap their fingers, and it looked like a spark forward, but it kept being put out as they're trying to light this helmet they're wearing.
crap.
Perhaps you should light that under the cover of an umbrella. I turn to the Team Charm. Would you? I don't suppose you'd be willing to share for this brief moment.
Sure. The Gardevoir walks over and puts the umbrella over you, Lucius.
Okay, thanks. Let's try this one more time.
All right. You see the Baneri snap its fingers again and lights up this helmet, sort of like a mining helmet, and points the helmet inside the tower. And inside the tower, you see this large room with 6 pillars throughout it, and it leads to a staircase.
I suspect there'll be danger ahead if we go inside. If the reason this being here is at all connected to the town's complete disappearance, which I'm strongly leaning towards.
And dark
yeah.
matter.
And dark matter, supposing it exists.
That's totally not foreboding whatsoever.
Rafa's like paying extra close attention to shadows.
I assume I don't really know anything about dark matter since that was like pretty.
No, you don't. You maybe heard its threat, like kind of just, I'm gonna destroy the world threat, but you don't really know any like the finer details about it.
And I don't know that I would, I would hear that and go, oh, that must be from dark matter.
Yeah,
like could just be bad paranoia on a particularly bad day.
Maybe you're a more skeptical guy about like stuff like that, but you probably.
Yeah.
So what's our next course of action? Are we gonna head into the scene of the crime, or are we gonna continue investigating within the town?
There may yet be more clues in town. I say we defer to the judgment of the experienced professionals. And I turn to Team Charm when I say that.
Oh well, we would want to go in the tower.
I
mean, where else could the town be? We've looked everywhere here, right? They can't just all be hiding.
Navin's house.
Well, we don't know where his house is.
Yeah, if we're going into this dungeon, then we all should definitely stick together, just in case.
Well, I haven't had a chance to fully go through the town hall records. They may have listed his residence there. Unless it's. You lot seem to know what you're doing, so I'll leave the decision up to you.
We should probably go into the tower, because if there's something in here, we don't want it getting out.
Ominous!
Fair point. Anyone have any counterpoints?
But if we go to the town hall first, we might gather more information to complete the full story about the case of the suddenly appearing tower. It's a tough call, I admit.
Team Charm, what do you think?
Well, like we said, we want to go in the tower.
I thought for sure they're going to be like, let's split up.
That's a bad idea.
Alright, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Even I'm not stupid enough to say that line.
Did you like that?
I don't like zoinks, man. I don't know if we should do that so quickly.
Did you like my accent, Dirge?
Well,
could use some work.
Okay, let's look at it like this so far. We've got one vote for going in. We've got one vote for checking through town hall and 4 votes for going inside.
Seems like pretty decisive to me.
And there are still 10 of us, so.
Well, my vote would be going to town hall. Always in search of the truth. And if you know dangers ahead of you, it's always a safe bet to steer clear away from it.
I say we go to town hall. What he said.
3 to 4.
Sora?
Well, I opened the thing.
Good point. There's no telling if this will close back up and never open again.
So 3 to 5 then.
Mimic, you can't really vote, so.
Well, that settles it then. The tower it is.
Mimikyu's pointing to Dirge.
Okay, So that's 6 votes for going inside then. I guess majority rules at this point in time.
Guess we're going into the tower, boys. Hope you're ready.
If we made our death inside, be sure to make peace with your maker now. And I blow out my bubble pipe. Hold on a second.
Well, we've been through worse mystery dungeons. What could possibly go wrong here?
Well, you've got us with you.
No idea.
We'll watch the back, because that's where you can kind of tend to get snuck up on.
So long as we work together and think through our actions before doing them, we should be fine.
But if you sense a trap, we'll go in front. So
Okay.
Steve,
We'll think about our strategy.
Well, that's my favorite thing to do, setting traps.
who do you want? Who do you want? Kind of in front of Team Charm. Do you want Mimikyu or Sora?
Who wants to be behind Team Charm?
Oh,
No. We probably want Sora as close to the middle as possible.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm just laughing.
So, what's your marching order? I guess I should have.
I hate.
Going up front. She's keeping her eyes out for shadows.
Okay, I guess Rafa's in front.
All right.
I guess I'll be right behind Rafa.
I will be right behind Lucius.
All right. And that leaves Rodney.
Oh, gee, where do I go? I haven't even heard.
And
the
so
line
then
order.
Sora's behind Rodney or Mimikyu?
Sora.
Sora and then Mimikyu and then Team Charm. Okay, so you're all going to enter the tower?
Looks like it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
you begin to walk into this hallway. And
Let's get going, gang.
you run up in the air for a few seconds running and then run with
Watch me swoosh right in!
looped anime.
Oh, God.
Don't forget, we need to constantly be going through a bunch of doors that lead to other.
Yeah. But,
Oh, yeah.
but you walk through. Rafa goes through. Lucius goes through. Henry goes through. Rodney goes through. Sora goes through, and then it shuts behind. Oh, Dirge goes through, and then it shuts behind you.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Team Charm got left behind.
And Mimikyu.
Oh no!
I knew this would happen.
The
Oh,
evidence is
no!
turning.
Uh,
The evidence is turning more conclusive. We're boned.
Sora
I
runs
see.
back to the door and starts touching it, but nothing's happening.
Have you tried touching it harder?
Yes, I'm touching it. I'm touching it.
Stand aside. All it needs is a bit of elbow grease, as the saying goes. Or
Okay.
in this case, a hydro pump. And I'm going to use. Create water at 3rd level if I can do that.
Sure.
Everyone in their innuendos today.
Is that's
Yeah,
just a
create-
spell attack?
Yeah, create. Yeah, I have a spell here called Create Destroy Water. It's a. Well, wait, are we using 5th or
5th, yeah.
earlier edition? Yeah, 5th edition. So, if I did my research correctly, I think 5th edition. Create Destroy Water is like a 1st level transmutation. Although my sheet here it's like listed as level 3.
No, what it is once you reach 3rd level, you can cast Create or Destroy Water spell once per day.
Oh yeah, and you do it at the 3rd level. So
Okay.
when you cast a spell using a social control, you create and destroy an additional type. So all you could really do with this is, yeah, you could do it. So you're just gonna douse this door in water.
Yeah, I guess I
Okay.
am.
All right, so
What do I need to?
make a spell attack using your spell attack modifier. It should be above your spells.
Oh
I
my
see.
god.
Yeah.
Blast
I see
that
it.
door, gang.
Okay. To be one, D20, I presume.
Yeah.
D20 plus 4. Here we go.
Okay, so yeah, you hit it, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing seems to happen.
Wowza! That did absolutely nothing.
No, really?
Oh, great. looks like we're all trapped here until we make it through.
Ugh.
This also
Yep.
doesn't not appear to be a mystery dungeon.
This
Does
also.
It doesn't not appear? Oh,
So what you're saying is this isn't a mystery dungeon?
Yeah, this does not appear to be a mystery dungeon.
Okay, everybody, let's calm down and let's start moving forward. We can't be panicking about an exit that won't open. We have to figure out if there's another way out.
Rafa's just plodding along, keeping her eyes on all the shadows.
Yeah, you feel that dread of when you were in the you don't recall being in the Voidlands, Rafa, but I don't know, like subconsciously you remember, and it's like really traumatized. It's a really traumatizing feeling you're getting right now being in
like
here.
a brief flashback of like a shadow and running, and that was it.
Yeah. But there's 6 pillars in this room, and there's a staircase going up.
I'm going to investigate the pillar, see if there's anything interesting about them.
Okay, give me a Are you going over to them, or are you examining them from afar?
I'm going over to them.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
Okay. Because if I tried examining from far, that'd be perception, and my perception sucks. Not that my investigation is any better, but
You do not note
It's
anything.
better.
You note that they're made out of a black stone instead of a white stone, as the outer side of this tower shows.
Oh, good.
Cute and charming.
All right. What can I? So aside from those pillars, is there anything else immediately noticeable about the room?
No, it's rather barren, but
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay.
there's just really the staircase and the door you entered through that.
Ah, yes, the dreaded GM puzzle. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Did the door close behind? Wait, so there was an entrance to this room. Did that like close behind us when we came in?
Yeah, the door you pretty much entered from outside has just kind of closed down, or it kind of like just like it kind of got engulfed by light, and then it just there's like a stone slab there that's impassable.
Well, if the answer is hydro pump related, sorry folks, I'm all out of juice.
I think at this point in time, our answer is proceed onward with great caution. Rodney, Rafa, if you could investigate the staircase, that'd be great.
Rodney's he's scared right now. Too scared to.
Looking at the shadows.
Well, we don't need to worry about that then.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. You notice on the ground farther in, there's like this sticky black substance on the ground.
I'm gonna
sniff it.
Can I roll investigation to try and identify it?
Sure.
Can I try doing that? Because I want to do that too.
Okay.
I'm back.
I'm
What
not
happened?
touching that one.
What's going on right now?
We're investigating strange black goop.
Oh,
Void shadow.
can I back
My,
away from it?
Now, my investigation is pretty weak, but I'll try.
Hey, so's mine. So.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't-
wow!
Oh wait, hold on.
I got a higher roll.
I don't even want to. What is this black
Yeah,
goop?
okay.
That's what the investigation role is trying to
Oh,
figure
you
out.
So,
want me to do
Henry,
it too.
You kind of you shove Dirge out of the way, and you start investigating this stuff.
Hey, I was taking a look at that.
I was taking a look at that. I was taking a look at that as well. Yes, indeed.
I think you shove Rodney out of the way too, because he got the exact same roll. But
No, I didn't.
it seems like it's something very otherworldly. It doesn't seem natural, so you don't really know what it is, but it's kind of this sticky black ichor.
You're
It's
not even
some
performing.
sort of sticky, viscous substance, much like. Much like mucus.
Yeah.
You haven't even
much like
performed the
mucus,
customary
but
taste test
black.
yet. How can you really say you know what it is?
I would
Gross.
recommend not tasting that. As someone who has experience putting things in their mouth that they shouldn't, I would recommend we not taste it.
So I walk right up to this ichor and like grab a drop of it onto like my finger claw, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And then I don't eat it, but I do like lick it a little bit, like sort of like the tip of my tongue.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god! Oh boy!
This is why we listen to Lucius.
Okay.
Oh, looks like it's a trap. It was set by someone else.
I feel like I'm gonna puke.
I've been rewatching Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. I'm sorry.
Well,
I just gagged.
there's one really fast way to find out if this is poison or not.
Yeah, you feel very sick now.
Oh my gosh.
I flick the glob off my hand and turn it and whip around to the group and say, "Good news, gang! It's horrible."
Thanks. Common sense didn't already tell me that.
Yeah.
You can never say you know the full facet of the truth until you perform every test available to you. You see, even if you regret it afterwards, like immediately.
Oh my gosh.
In
I have
any
no
case,
idea if you're so confident or so stupid.
in any case, is there like the path to the staircase? Is there a way to go through without?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could definitely skirt around it.
Okay, let's avoid this black goop substance and let's head to the staircase since it's our
Your
only
eyes
current way
on
through.
them.
All right, you
Do
go.
I-
Oh, what is that?
I'm looking through my inventory to see if like I have a notebook or something I can like write down the layout of the room. Yeah, I do have a notepad. Yeah, I'm just gonna write down the layout of the pillars in the room if that's right. You said there were 6 pillars?
Yeah, they're kind of there's kind of 3 on each side. It's kind of like
Okay.
like a corridor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
but
could be an important clue for later.
they kind of lead to a staircase that goes up.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a very narrow staircase. Like you kind of have to go up single file. But you climb and climb and climb, and you eventually reach a library. Looks like this library with the kind of a stone, like black obsidian kind of wall around it. With the, you see all these books on these shelves. There's about like 300-ish books with the shelf layout, but that's what you see.
Well, they don't call it the Tower of Knowledge for nothing, I suppose.
I wonder if no evidence points to the latter.
Are all of the books in the ancient script?
No, there's no. From what you see, there's no titles on them. They're just kind of blank books on the shelf.
Nothing
Well,
in
gang,
the-
I'm about to pull out a book. If I die, tell my loved ones that I love them, and then I pull out a book.
But I don't know your loved ones.
Do you see? You're just grabbing any old book on the shelf.
Yeah, grabbing any old.
Yes,
book
my wife Totodile, and my kids Totodile and Totodile.
You pull out a book, and it's kind of this black book with this kind of like gold trim on the side of it. It
A
doesn't.
black book. Hermaeus Mora. Oh no. Do I? So it's a black trim on the side of it. Is
there's
there
a
any
gold-
writing on the front?
There's a gold trim. There's no writing on the front.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. No rolls. I'm just gonna open up the book to like the first page,
All right.
or where I would suspect the table of contents to be anyway.
Okay. You notice when you crack open the book, it just says these 2 words.
Look. Okay. I open the book and it kills me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
No.
this bodes so well.
Help me.
Rafa also looking at the book after, the library destroyed.
Is this the title of the book or distressing indeed? I'm gonna flip through like all the pages at once.
The rest of the pages just say the same thing.
I'm assuming if Rafa pulled off a book and opened that, it would also just say "Help me."
No, your book says something different.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Everyone grab a book.
Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna
says
grab.
Sora.
There's these books
His
contain
book
clues.
says, "Help me," and mine says, "I promise I will never steal again. Let me go."
These books are concerning. Let's open, say, 3, maybe 4 more volumes. I'm getting a picture here, and it's not a pleasant picture.
The next one you open says this.
Oh yes. Yes. My favorite book. Help me! I promise I will never sorry. It hurts. 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 It hurts.
Guys, I think the conversation with Naveen took a very violent turn.
Yes.
What else is in this library?
That's assuming Nazim turned.
There's another staircase that goes up.
No, the It Hurts, It Hurts, It Hurts book was rather repetitive.
Are you taking this as some sort of joke?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Whatever.
Humor is often used to lighten the mood in frightening times, and these are.
Yes, absolutely.
Crow, Halloween was 2 weeks ago, according to Unstoppable.
Oh yeah, I know.
You're a bit late.
I'm gonna open up another book, if that's all right. I'll lay down the book I have currently, like right down on my side, and just grab another book.
All right, it says that.
Mommy, Daddy, where are you? It's so dark. Where did you go? Well, this clearly is. If this is a children's novel, it's not going to capture the attention of any children, that's for sure.
Oh my god, the words of the townspeople immortalized into books.
Evidence is certainly pointing that direction. I imagine if we poked out all these books, we'd hear distressing content.
Is there a book from Naveen?
One must ask the question of one's writer was writing all this, or several writers were writing this, or if there was even written by writers in the first place.
You could probably...
Maybe it was written by that intern.
You could probably do like a writing analysis to see that, because you're a detective. You should probably be able to do handwriting analysis.
Do these look like they were handwritten?
No, it's very weird. They seem to be in
it's kind of like uniform, or
it's kind of uniform text here. They're not like, it doesn't look like they were written or penned, but it's just kind of like imprinted on the paper.
Very odd. I would certainly be able to do that if these were handwritten, but as you can clearly see, and he like holds open this book up to like everyone to see, these letters looked as if they were stamped on each other. Certainly, it's possible that'd be a very specific stamp you'd have to get, or you perhaps, and to make all these volumes, have to have stamps for every single letter, and that'd be a time-consuming process indeed.
I really don't think we should be sticking around.
Yeah, we've gotten a good idea of what this room is about. Let's keep going. Rodney, investigate.
I'm inclined to say that I'd be inclined to carry this with us as important evidence, but one of those books says, "I will never steal again, let me go." And that could be very concerning in and of itself.
This is creepy.
Yeah, we're putting the book back. I'm putting the book back where it came from.
Same here.
Okay. Yeah, just put it back on the shelf where you found it.
Put that being back where it came from, or so help me.
Okay.
Well, I got a max 20.
You investigate this kind of next staircase, and you don't see anything threatening. There's more of that black ichor all over the place, but that's where we'll
Watch
end
out.
things.
Watch out
I
for
see
the big
we're-
black goop.
So we're in Bendy and the Ick Machine, are we? No, I'm kidding.
So is that where we're ending it?
Yeah,
guys?
that's where we're gonna end.
Okay.
Ah,
cool.
yes.
2 hours right on the clock.
Yep.
Okay.
Cliffhanger. Wow.
Well,
That's good timing.
yeah. I know it worked out really good. That was kind of the cliffhanger I wanted to leave you on.
That was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in 2 weeks we're gonna be doing it again.
I hope you guys like Dirge.
Yeah, definitely. I really liked them.
Yes. The
Yeah.
private dick.
Let's see. The next session should be in the middle of Thanksgiving break, I think. At the end of it, I think.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the 29th.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
looks
they'll
like-
be in the end of my Thanksgiving break. That will work out perfect for me.
Awesome.
It'll also work out perfectly for me because I just got a job and the scheduling is not conflicting with Mystery Dungeon, so that's great.
Oh, that's good. Wouldn't have to like.
I didn't mean for it to not conflict with Mystery Dungeon. It just that's how it is. It just doesn't conflict with Mystery Dungeon.
That's nice. Unfortunately, I'm still gonna be here on Friday, but I'm working retail on Friday, so when I get back here for the stream, I'm probably gonna be half dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
On
boy.
Black Friday, yay.
Oh, Black Friday. That's not a.
That lovely Black Friday worker hollowed out exhaustion.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yep.
where the third one came
Yeah.
from. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts.
Yeah. That was Lucius who wrote that.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
Anyway, we'll be signing off now. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone stay safe and have fun.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, hard
Bye.
to stay safe in this tower, but yeah,
Yeah.
have fun. Bye bye.